So Forest unbeaten streak continues as they draw with the irrelevant team 2 apiece. Welcome to Grumpy Old Reds. Evening, everybody. Hope you're doing well. Welcome to Grumpy Old Reds, where we got loads of topics to cover off after Forest came from behind for the first time this season, because we haven't been behind before yesterday. My stat is now gone, man. That's it. But technically, Forest were the longest team to not go behind in the Premier League, because Arsenal went behind earlier on in their match, even though it was anyway. Hope you guys are doing well. Please don't forget to hit the like. Make sure you've subscribed to Forest Fan TV. Just before we kick off, I've got a message from Ant for everyone. Obviously, he's not with us tonight due to the unfortunate passing of his mum. And thank you to everyone who's left a message for him on the community tab on that post. It's still open, so if you want to leave a message for Ant, then make sure you do chuck it on there. So Ant said, "Hi mate, just been reading the comments on the community tab regarding my mum. It made me really emotional. Reading the comments, especially from those that had lost a parent, really warmed my heart and made me appreciate even more the wonderful community we have built. Do you mind sharing this on tonight's show and passing on my love and gratitude to everyone for their kind words and thoughts? It means the world to me." So massive thank you to everyone who's put out a comment to Ant. We spoke to him earlier. He's as strong as you would expect the old bear to be. But thank you guys so much for all your comments to him. And again, he is 100% right. What a goddamn community you guys are. So thank you guys so much. Just before we start, we got some super chats. We got £2 from Greg. Thank you so much, saying hit that like button and get it pressed. Thank you so much, Greg. Bloody hell, Stuart.
I know,
Stuart with the £50 super sticker. Stu, that's ridiculous, mate. Thank you, guys. Thank you so much, Stuart. Can we get some get some love for Stuart in the chat? Make sure you like. I think you can like now, can't you? The super chat. So give that a nice little like in there. What a legend you are, Stuart. Thank you so much, buddy. That is ridiculously generous, mate. And Jordan, happy 2-year anniversary, mate. Hope you're doing well.
2 years. Nice one, bro.
Hope you're doing well. And so we got a depleted panel today. But
that's you two guys. I'm main starter, mate. So I don't know who's depleted. No, I'm joking. He's gone grey. Why has he gone grey? Why are you gone black and white, bro?
Because my freaking mum just rang my watch. All right, hold on. I gotta go out and come back in. Hold on. Just you lot say your hellos to the chat.
I thought
I'll just give a shout out to Nathan as well. Yeah, I am yours as well, mate. But that's what mum used to call me, Ant's little Muslim friend, and I would never call her by a name as well. She's always mum to me as well. So whenever I'd speak to Ant, I was like, "How's mum?" But you know, amazing woman, and you know, I'm so blessed to have met her sons. You know, they're a credit to her, and shout out to Nathan, and I know you guys have sent some amazing messages, and Ant's already said it, so I was going to say what he'd said, but yeah, absolutely amazing response. And if we get nothing, we said this behind the scenes, you know, if nothing else happened from creating FFTV and it was just for community we created, it'd all be worth it, because you guys are absolutely amazing. So
well, what else did you create it for, you dumbass?
No, I created it for what? Obviously, to get some quality content out for Forest fans, but the community.
Yeah, right. Isn't it for the money? Isn't it for the money?
For those interested, don't forget to get your super chats in for some new shirts, because unfortunately I've had to donate them all to Keir Starmer. So all my shirts have gone.
He's an Arsenal fan.
Are they going to say he's an Arsenal fan?
He's
your boy, isn't he? Is your boy?
No, come on. Read the script.
Yeah, you got beef with your boy Keir now, mate.
Absolutely. Horrible little man.
Thank you.
Stuart, stop it. My God, Stuart, thank you so much for the 5 gifted memberships. Stuart, you're an absolute legend.
Shout out.
Shout out
we've
to
got
Delta Force. Well,
Yeah,
no, you don't need to thank Stuart. Delta Force, Jamie, Stuart Pierce.
Stuart Pearce.
Stuart, you got to give
Psycho.
Stuart
And Joe
Pierce,
Linton.
Psycho himself.
And
Joe
the
Linton.
football
Joe
Joe
Linton.
Linton.
Joe Linton, the Geordie sneaks in. Thank you so much, man. Make sure you show him some love
Yeah,
as well.
Thank you so much, man.
Yeah, and just hot off the press. Don't worry, it's not any Forest news, but there is a new Forest giveaway on football prizes. It's a double signed framed Hudson Odoi Elanga shirt with an Insta prize win of an Aina shirt or an Alex Moreno shirt. You got an early bird price here. It's down to 316. So if you want to grab your tickets, I've just put the link in the chat for you guys there. It's 12 hours early bird price. So get those in if you can. And yeah, keep your messages in, and we'll probably watch this on the replay. So anything you guys want to say in the chat, and we'll see for sure. Okay, but less important matters. There was a football match yesterday, and that's Forest now undefeated in how many games we had, boys? 5
games.
5 games.
Oh, can we stretch it back to last season?
Obviously.
It's more than 5, isn't it? How did we end the season? I can't remember. I know we
lost to Chelsea in one of those games. No, we're undefeated in 5 away games. As well.
Yeah, we'll take that.
I mean, did we ever think we'd win 5 away matches when we first came back to the Premier League, boys? It was like, when was it? It was January, wasn't it?
5 seasons, if we'd lasted 5 seasons, yeah, 1 per season at the rate we were going at. But it's been a remarkable change around in everything, not just how we're seeing it, how outsiders are seeing Forest. The respect is finally coming to being put on those 2 stars on that name, mate, and it's a joy to hear, because we know we were the laughing stock in that first season because of our signings, because we dared to challenge the narrative, we dared to challenge the way things were being done, and we somehow got through it. We've got through the last season as well, and now I don't know where I'd place us, because I think anywhere that I predict we'd finish now might be underestimating us, unless you're looking like European places, because we're there right now, and what's to say we couldn't stay where we are? But
you're getting ahead of yourself, mate.
I am, man, because you know what, I could not predict where we would finish right now with confidence, but other than saying we should be well clear of any relegation trouble.
Well, let's start with this question. Let me ask the chat as well. Where are we? I think is the first question I want to do. Just for I do, we got £2 from Jessica, Chris Wood, #1 fan. Evening, gentlemen. Thank you so much, Jessica. As you to
No, she's dropped the tax. She did say it was only for 1 night, and
is it official yet or no? We're still getting there. We're still getting.
I just seen you bringing up the lorry comments as well, as so make your mind up.
He's playing them both. He's playing them both. Nikki Miguel. We'll talk about Miguel and Cells in the show as well. Thank you for 14 months, bud, and happy 12th month anniversary to Oliver, the legend. But yeah, let's start with this question. And Sharky of the £5 for Forest and prayers with him. Absolutely, mate. Absolutely. Thank you so much, Sharky, for that. Oh, and just one more thing before we get into it. I was in London today, so apologies to the lovely Patreon members. I couldn't get the video out today because I was stuck in central London. The Patreon exclusive video will be out tomorrow, I promise. So apologies, but the exclusive video is coming out. If you want to join that Patreon, and you get exclusive content that you don't get to see on YouTube, and it's without these idiots either. Okay, let's kick this off. So where are we? Rob, where are we?
Well, I think we're in the mid-table group. There's 6
No,
at
I know
the bottom.
where we are now. I'm just saying, where are we? You know what I'm saying? Where are we going? Where are we finishing? What we thinking
We're going to finish in the mid-table. Now, I mean, there's 6 at the bottom that haven't won a game yet. And I'm predicting that Everton and Wolves will lift themselves out of that over the course of the season. But the other 4 could well be scrapping the whole time. So I think we're already leaving dust behind us, and those 6 are in our dust. So now we're kind of scrapping in that mid-table group where there's about 6 to 8 teams, which include the likes of Brighton at the upper end of it. Just sort of including your Brentfords and your Bournemouths and stuff like that. So as long as we come in the middle of that group, we should be sort of 10th to 12th maybe, or 9th. That I think it's a solid
definitive
finish.
Man. That's
Sorry?
You might as well say somewhere between 1 and 20th.
Look, I'm never going to answer this question again because every time you ask it to me, you complain about the format of my response. Right, tell me what you want me to say.
Broad, man. You're such a politician.
But what are you, have you expected?
We will finish 13 on 47 points. There you go.
Wait, hold on.
Okay, let me change the question a little bit.
Hold on. Wait, what did you say before the ball was kicked this season?
Okay. Well, you shouted me down, but I predicted 14th. Right
now, so you're now still predicting 14th.
No, we're gonna be 3 or 4 places higher than I thought, because I think there's a group there that just can't win for toffee, and we're clearly over and above them. Yeah, bye.
Let me switch it up. You carry on. Crypto. I'm going to switch it up slightly for crypto. What my point is, after these 5 games and the performances and obviously the results that we have managed to get, and we all agree we've probably dropped points along the way. Have your expectations changed after what you've seen so far this season, crypto?
No, not really, because I said that I think we'll be 10th, and I'm going to stick with that. I mean,
but that was based on pre-season, right? That wasn't based on what we saw during the season.
Well. It wasn't just based on preseason. It was based on the people we've signed as well. And I think we're playing how we look like we should play with the players we've got. I don't understand why people were writing us off, because if you look at the signings we've made, a lot of them internationals, we knew they were going to be good, and they are good, and we're playing well. We're undefeated, which I think is a massive shout out to them. Yeah, I know we'll get onto the game later, but undefeated for us is brilliant. I think someone said in the chat that it hasn't been as good a start of this since '96. So I think we're on par. I expected us to do well. There's games which maybe we maybe did better, such as Liverpool, etc. But we've got a good team now. We've got a solid team. There's no reason why we should be at the bottom of the table.
So part of the reason for not getting carried away is I remember at the start of last season, after the sort of transfer deadline day, we were all making, well, I was just a viewer in those days, but you were all making predictions like we're going to come 8th and 7th and 6th. And this was off the back of signing Tavares, Montiel, Origi, Matt Turner, Vlachodimos. Now, it seems like the people that we've signed this window are far, far better. They're a foot above. The evidence of the 5 games and the League Cup game, I think there's more basis to predict even a top half finish. But I would just bear in mind that there was a lot of overexcitement at the start of last season, and a lot of those signings turned out to be duds. In fact, most of them were.
Yeah, but you're still like a hypocrite.
I will not answer this question next time you ask. Where are we going to?
No. All right, just answer this question then. Right, you said 14th before the start of the season. Tonight you're saying 14th.
No, I'm saying 10 to 12. You're not listening. 10 to 12.
Yeah, but 10 to 12 isn't a guess. 10 to 12 is a range.
Right.
That's like me saying we're going to finish somewhere.
I tell you what, on the Forest Forum, I'll do a full prediction for the league. But I think you can't just pick a number out there. You have to. Look.
Listen, after tonight, we might not invite you back.
Properly, if you want to sit down and predict this properly, you have to map out a head-to-head with the other teams.
Oh, you make it boring, man. Seriously, make it all statistical and stuff.
Most
just do it
answer ever, man.
It's a stupid question, and I will not entertain it in the future.
It was my question. It wasn't stupid, man. It was my question. How are you feeling after the start of the season?
How do I feel? I can tell you that because that can't be wrong. I'm delighted.
Let me answer my own question correctly. So I predict. I can't remember if you pinned me down to 11th or 12th, but I said just outside the top 4. If we top 10, if we don't make the right top 10 if you don't make the right
Did you
signings.
say
And I think,
Rob pinned you down?
no, Rob didn't pin me down.
I pinned him
Show.
down.
Anyway, whatever. Crypto, shut up. I do the ant. Shut up, Crypto.
You don't want to make Laurie and Jess jealous, so you know.
I think I've already managed that. I'll let them fight it out. But so I said 11th or 12th. I think.
What's this pose he's doing? He's in
Oh
this.
no, it's my back. I'm so sorry.
Is it?
Sorry, guys.
I
sit like that as well. I got my arm like.
So I'm going. Yeah, I think from what I've seen, the defense being the most impressive thing that I've seen so far this season. I'm really confident that we can finish in top 8. So that's me. 8.
So you copying me now.
Top 8. No, I'm saying top 8. I'm going.
You copying me. You copying me.
No,
all right.
I don't watch you, bro. I don't watch you. I don't know
you just listen to me. All right, let me just catch up with some super chats. Jessica with the £5. Thank you so much, Jessica. She says, I did try and change it back for you tonight, Ez, but can only change name twice in a week.
I still love you, Jess.
And the legend Matt SB says, send out my best wishes, lads. Of course we will. And I saw your prediction in there, man. That's changed from your preseason prediction.
Yeah, it's still a cop-out, isn't it? Top half. It's a bit of a
cop-out.
Man. Yeah, numbers.
Give us numbers, Matt. I want a dedicated video, not to the whole league, just to Forest, Matt. Just to Forest.
It's not one of your weekly predictions that can change every week to week. We're gonna nail you down to this one, bro.
Matt. You just keeps updating his predictions every 5 days, man. Yeah, I've changed my mind. Forest going to finish first now. Shout out to Matt. Make sure you subscribe to him. Thank you so much, Matt. We'll pass your message on to Ant as well. And Fraser with the 9 months. Thank you so much, Fraser. All right, Ben, what are you saying then?
Well, I've when your screen went black and white, I kind of said I'm going to stick with 10th. But I thought that at the beginning of the season we signed the players who were good enough to get us there, and that's how we're playing. So my expectations at the moment are being met, and I think we'll come somewhere around mid-table to top mid-table.
The chat would be boring without a Rob, apparently. Rob, they want you back in the chat. I think that's what James is trying to say.
Back in the changing room.
And Matt SB, the flip-flopper. That should be your second channel name, Matt. All right. Okay, so the chat, you have said on the votes, I got, firstly, shout out to the 9%. If you're in this 9%, you have my heart. 9% are saying top 6. Those who know. Is he frozen? Is he frozen?
He's frozen in a funny position.
At least he was smiling when he froze.
At least he's looking good. We got a screenshot of that. Everyone get your clips on Twitter for that.
He looks constipated, man.
I just love how professional this is. What professional outfit
you can see the vein bulging out the top of his head as it goes back with his receding hairline.
God, you can tell he's thinking about Laurie and Jessica at the same time, and now in a bit. Anyway, back to the poll, right? 51% of you are saying 7th to 11th. 36% are saying 12th to 16th.
Oh, they can give a range then. They can give a range, just not me.
Yeah, not you. Hence why you're sitting here. And we can chuck you back in the chat if you want. We can chuck you back in the chat if you want.
I'm not going back there.
I'm not going back. They're crazy in that chat, man. And then 3% are saying 17th to 20th. My God. You lot. What's got you? What's got you?
Fans, just ignore them.
Derby fans. All right. So listen, let's talk about the game a bit, okay? Because I got misquoted, I feel, by some of the comments from my video today when I was talking about this unbeaten run and how I don't want us to get like fixated on this unbeaten run. Yeah. And I said in my video, I would rather lose a game and win 2 than draw 2 and win 1. That was my quote. Then I saw some comments saying like, mate, bro, no team wants to lose. That's not what I'm saying. Obviously, I don't want Forest to lose, but I'd rather have 6 points out of those 3 games than 5. I don't care too much about this apart from when I'm bragging to, Matt SB and the others that we do business with. But does anyone get my point? Like, is there a reason Do you not
This
know
is
what
what
I'm
we
saying?
thought. This is what we thought we were getting with Nuno because he had quite a high win percentage and quite a high
Yes,
loss
50%.
percentage and a low draw percentage. Especially if you look at Tottenham. When he was at Tottenham, I think he won half his games and lost the other half and didn't get any draws. He's certainly set up to attack yesterday. And I think it was the right thing to do because they play such a high line and he was putting pace on there to try and get in behind them. I don't think that he's just trying to play out draws. I mean, if you want to see Forest playing for a draw, you have to go back 2 years when
I'm not
Cooper
saying
got
that, Rob.
0-0
I'm
at
not
Brighton.
saying that. That's
No,
not
but what
my
a
point.
contrast! What a contrast! Remember that 0-0 we got at Brighton under Cooper, and we
Yeah.
had a total of 2 touches in their half, right?
Oh, in the whole
So-
game.
Yeah, it was a whole game.
Rob, now in hindsight, do you not see how delusional it was to think that we should have kept Cooper?
Just before you answer that, I gotta get these super chats in. Wayne with a £5 with the super sticker. Wayne, you're an absolute legend. Thank you
Wayne.
so much, buddy. And Stuart, man,
Oh, Stu.
bro, I'm lost for words. I'm lost for
Bless you.
another 20 quid from Stuart on top of the 50 and the 5 gifted, and then a further 5 gifted from Stuart as well. Those of you getting that 5 gifted from Stuart, make sure you show him some love. I'm talking CSL. I'm talking Mark Erickson. I'm talking Slick Rick. I love that name. Steve Saw as well. And Craig Coop without the R. Coop. Coop E.
Coupe.
Stu, you're an absolute legend, mate. Thank you so much. And chat, show Stuart some love. Stuart's the real one. He's an absolute legend. But go on then, Rob. Answer the crypto's question.
Oh, come on, right. Firstly, it doesn't dignify an answer, but secondly, what I would say is
Nuno say I was right. Sounds
Nuno
right.
You
has
sat here a year ago and
Oh,
you
what did I
said
miss?
you said I would rather
Is this
be
me answering?
relegated.
Is
I
this
would
me
rather
answering
be
now?
relegated
He's quoting you.
with
Doesn't sound like me.
I
Doesn't
would
sound
He's
rather
like
be
quoting
me.
you.
relegated with Cooper than get Nuno. Those were your exact
Doesn't sound
words.
like me. Do you want me to answer the
You
question?
should
Go on,
bow
answer.
down and kiss
Go on.
Nuno's feet.
Right. In defense of Steve Cooper, Nuno had a far better squad to choose from yesterday.
Bollocks.
He wants to be back on the forum, man. He's not enjoying this.
It doesn't matter, right? Cooper's Leicester's problem now. Yeah,
Yeah,
but as long as Rob
yeah.
can admit I was right in our debate, then we can move on.
Are you going to? He's not.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah.
I was, no.
You're
Given the
waiting, right?
information available, honestly, I issued a full recantation when
Apology.
yeah, no, not apology. When Cooper got 1 point in 7, I said, right, the fact of change, I've changed my mind. I thought we'd put that one to rest, but I don't
Yeah.
know why he's still coming back to it.
No.
He
it's
came
about-
back to it. I didn't bring it up. I didn't bring it up. I didn't bring it up.
Well, I
You
can
can't
remind
do
you of all the
that.
things you said about Chris Wood, if you like, Crypto. We can go down that way, if you like.
Oh.
All right, let's move
Bro,
on.
come
Let's
on.
move on.
Come on.
No, we're here to talk about the Brighton game.
Very
Okay.
grumpy tonight.
Speaking of Nuno, right? What did you boys think of the team selection yesterday? So he went back to the 4-2-3-1, brought back in Hudson-Odoi and Elanga. But something strange happened. He switched them over. He put Elanga on the right, Elanga on the left and Hudson-Odoi on the right. Crypto, what were your thoughts on that change in chat? Did you like that? Did you like that at all?
I mean, I didn't mind how it looked on the TV before it began because it looked like Elanga was on the right and Cho was on the left as usual. I don't want to upset Ez, but for me it would have been Jota there instead of Elanga. But it was very strange to see them switched over because Cho's basically, his prime thing that he does is right B shoot, and he can't do that from the right hand side. So why he was switched to the left, I'm not quite sure. But he was switched back around in the second half. It was strange though, because what you saw throughout the match is you had the
Shut up, Stuart's spoken again.
Yeah, Stuart.
Stu,
Wow.
Stu, mate.
Stu. We're not going to ask, but thank you. We appreciate it, definitely.
Love you, mate. With another £10, you absolute legend, Stu. Like, thank you for shutting Crypto up as well. That's probably the best bit.
That's worth it.
Not even Rob could do that.
Never go
Yeah,
on,
I mean-
sorry. Thank you again, Stu. Go on. Ben?
So I mean, I felt like Elanga was a little bit lost, probably more so because he was played on the other side, which is a bit unfair. But for me, it just didn't work, and obviously that was noted at halftime when they switched back around. One thing that was also strange is if you look at the fullbacks, they were swapping. Even Murillo was swapping with Milenkovic, and Murillo is usually on the left side because he's left-footed. So it was a bit of a strange way to set up. Obviously, they had their reasons. They'd obviously seen something in the opposition that made them want to do that. But for me, it was kind of 90% perfect, but I just would have made a few different changes.
I want to hazard a guess at what that reason was, and I think it almost came off on one occasion when Matt Sells played that goal kick, which Elanga, if he'd kept running, he would have got that. He was clearly onside. He was running from his own half. I think it was purely for that one tactic, and it nearly paid off. But like Laurie's just said here, I expected that they would be switching around at some point, and that never happened, and that was a little bit disappointing. But the initial tactic, I think, was because we were launching it long in the previous game. But
why would they have to switch for him to launch? Even if you launch
I know, but there was something. No, there was. If you notice, there's something different about his goal kicks yesterday. So Chris Wood was going deep and then coming and getting the ball. We actually won a lot of balls from goal kicks, from our own goal kicks yesterday, and there was different change in tactics, and I think that had to do with why Elanga was on that side. But it almost worked. And he was definitely onside. He just didn't trust that he would get the ball because any touch around the goalkeeper and he had an empty goal to aim for, you know. So I think that was part of the reasoning. But there was definitely a difference in the goal kicks from Matt Sells yesterday. I don't know if anybody else.
No.
You didn't see that?
No, I mean, it's somewhat out of play still.
No. I'm talking about from the goal kicks, like not from out of his hand, from the actual goal kicks. He was finding our players 9 out of 10 times in that first half.
Yeah, but he was still going long, and I know Rob's gonna go there. But it's just constant. Someone said it in a watch along yesterday. They thought his name was Sells goes long again. Like, because that's all I kept saying. Sells goes long again.
That is obviously the tactic that Nuno's playing. But
why?
I've not gone any further because I want Rob to take his flowers again on this substitution because that was the game changer. Let's talk about what happened at halftime.
No, it wasn't. It wasn't.
It was.
It wasn't.
Can I just point something out on Sells? And I think I'd speak for Ant here as well. For me, a keeper's primary role is to make good saves.
Agreed.
And save shots. Yes, kicking is important, but Sells isn't good enough at the moment in front of goal. So I don't care about his kicking. And that's why I'm not paying attention to his kicking.
We've just jumped around to 4 different topics there. So,
blame crypto.
All right, let's go through them one by one, right? So we're talking about Sells and his kicking. Yeah. Well, let's talk about Sells in general as well. Yeah. Okay, Sells versus Miguel, because this is kicked off as expected because there was a mistake. Yeah. I personally think the second goal was down to him. But I don't even hold that against him. I think he's decent. It's a little bit boring. But it's the kicking. And I know Rob's going to want to come back on this kicking thing because he's going to say high line. But go on, Rob. What are you going to say? High line.
Is that really how I talk?
Rob, it's a bit more like this, to be honest. It's a bit more high line.
Stuart's interrupted you.
Go on, interrupt away. You do it, Crypto. Thank you, Stuart.
He's gifted 5 Forest Fan TV memberships, and they have gone to Chris Tullock, Higgerty 5281, Adam Meakin, Alexi Alexandru, and I can't see the 5th one.
Yeah, I can only see 4.
He's given 5, but I can only see 4.
Thank you so much. Thank you for shutting Rob up before he even got started.
Thank you for interrupting Rob. That's one of the best things I've ever seen.
Yes, interrupt the scene, as Ant says in the chat. Go on.
So,
please, someone interrupt him.
My main problem with Sells is that his left arm isn't long enough.
I just want to check as well. I don't know if we mentioned that he also gave a £10 super sticker.
We didn't mention that. No,
we didn't mention it. Thank you, Stuart. Thank you. Sorry to interrupt you again, Rob.
the last 3 goals that Sells
And
has
we
let
did mention Wayne as well. He did the £5 super sticker as well. Thank you very much. Sorry if I've repeated myself. Go on, Rob.
So, Rob. And Anne thinks you're a CNET, so.
And
the last 3 goals that Sells has let in have all been on the same spot, if you look at it, which is the sort of top left of the goal, if you include the one he let in against Wolves as well. And it just seems to be that the opposition are just shooting out of his reach every time. And you just keep thinking, if we just had a slightly bigger goalkeeper, I wonder what we could achieve. And it just, the question keeps coming up over and over again. Now, with this one, it reminded me slightly of the one that Turner let in against Ivan Toney, which is, it was the way that he set up. He actually put the wall there, and then he sort of unsighted himself. And then you can see when the ball is struck, he sees it in about the final quarter second as it flies in. So he's not set up the wall properly, because he should basically put the wall to block one side of the goal and then stand in the other side where he can see the ball coming, but he's unsighted himself. So I think also, given the distance that it's hit quite a long way out. That ball's got a fair way to travel, and it goes in because he doesn't see it coming, and because of how he's
can we just point out that that's his fault? He needs to position the wall.
I've just said that. I hold him responsible for that. So
and don't forget his weight. He's actually standing that side of the goal, but his weight is positioned to dive right.
He took a half step to the right. To the right.
His weight is positioned the wrong way to where he's standing. He hasn't positioned the wall properly, so he can't see. For me, that's a goalkeeper error. He's got to do better in that situation.
But as some people in the chat are saying, the defending was poor on the first one. I don't have Sells down for any blame on the first one, if I'm being honest with you guys. I don't know what you guys think.
Also about the free kick.
The first one was just a perfectly good goal. The second one, I don't think Aina should get off the hook for his stupid tackle either, actually. That was a bit unnecessary.
Well, he played bad, didn't he? And he acknowledged it on Instagram as well.
Not his best performance that game. Interesting that he stayed on and Moreno came off.
He did look better though.
That when we got on the substitutions, but I thought Moreno was doing fine. Aina, as we now call him, was on a yellow at that point. I would have thought he would be the one to come off.
Apparently, Moreno got a knock.
Shout out to Jay, who's harped on about this, but he got his calf rake, didn't he? And no yellow card was given against him. Yeah, unlike our players. Thanks, Rob Jones. So we got a lot to cover off. My God. So yeah, that's why I think he came off and Aina, whatever, stayed on. But it's like I just felt, boys, that for the first 40 minutes we were fine, and then when that goal went in, it suddenly went all spaghetti-o, man.
It came out of the blue. It came out of the blue because before that they hadn't really shown any signs of doing that. And it's been so long since we let a goal in, it was a bit of a shock.
But that was what was concerning me, because we went from very much in control of the game.
Yeah.
Their fans were getting on their backs. And then all of a sudden, in that last 5 minutes...
Did you say fans was plural? Sorry, I was just checking.
It was a cracking header, but at the same time, it seems as the cross comes in, Milenkovic is kind of trying to mark 2 defenders. So I'm not sure exactly where everyone was supposed to be there, because I didn't see Murillo there. I just saw Milenkovic, and he's kind of marking the first guy, and it goes over him to the other one. But fantastic header.
We managed to get a spare man, that Hinshelwood, I think his name was. He ended up being the spare man, but there was a slight deflection off a cross off Morgan Gibbs-White, and that seemed to be causing some sort of ruckus. I don't know what he could have done any better, to be honest. Maybe he could have closed it down.
He got a rollicking from Wood. He didn't close.
Yeah, he did. That's what I mean. So maybe he should have closed down a lot quicker. But to be fair, it was a very well taken header. But again, it just seemed just out of reach of Sells, and the argument will be
his left arm isn't long enough.
Yeah, but argument will be that. But
last 3 goals have gone on that same spot.
Yeah, it's concerning. But you know what? We said this. I think Wolfie said it on the last stream, that we don't think Nuno's going to make that change until Sells makes a mistake. And I agree with Crypto. That free kick goal was a mistake. That was goalkeeper's error. It's his job to line up that wall. It's his job to actually make a move for it. You know, he was totally caught flat-footed, and I hate to say, but that's the only goal Welbeck scored in his career against us. I know we slagged him off all the time. He's never scored against us before that. He's caused us trouble. He almost got a second one which Sells did save very well. We've got to give him his dues there. But that free kick, he has to do a lot better with. There's no way that should be going in without him even moving for the ball. So that's 100% down to him. And I think if Nuno sees that as a goalkeeper error, then I don't think he's left with much choice but to bring Miguel in.
I don't think he drops him. I don't think he drops him.
I think he would.
Let's talk about our first goal, the build up to it. I thought it was a really good passage of play. The way that was it a long kick from Sells going towards Morgan Gibbs-White? Was it from the midfield? I can't remember.
Yeah, MG.
Yeah, he chased it down. He had a turn of pace on him to get him behind those two defenders.
He was involved in both goals.
He's really fast.
Yeah,
he played. I thought yesterday he played really, really well. He basically created both of our goals. The first goal, the pass from Morgan Gibbs-White went out to or into CHO, wasn't it? Before he got fouled, and then the second goal, he made that huge through ball to Jota, who just passed it to Sosa. So I think we should put a
bringing different topics in, man. We're talking about the first goal, Ben. Stick to the first goal.
It's all interlinked. It's all interlinked. That's the problem.
I know he can't help himself. That's why I don't let him write the script, man.
I was there thinking, what did Jota do in the first goal? Have I missed this?
Yeah.
No, I mean the interesting thing with the first goal was CHO, because he was on the right. He still played pretty well. For me, it was Elanga who didn't play great, but CHO can play both sides.
Oh my God, the goal, man, the goal!
I'll talk about
that.
Chris Wood's penalty was great, but I don't know why Morgan Gibbs-White wasn't on the penalty. That's what I want to know.
No, why wasn't Wood on it? Yeah,
absolutely, it should be Wood. But I'll probably make myself even less popular for this, but I have to say that we had three better penalty claims than that in one game against Everton, and we didn't get any of the three.
Well, we're not going back to that.
It was not the hardest penalty I've seen.
Oh my God, you're doing a crypto now. Not only you've gone to a different season in a different game.
First goal. That's what we're currently discussing.
You're talking about.
I'm saying it was a little bit of a soft penalty compared to the stuff that we weren't getting last season.
No, it wasn't.
No, it wasn't a soft penalty. He took his leg out. He took CHO's leg out.
He was definitely a foul.
Remember how Ashley Young took him down at Everton? That was far worse, and that wasn't.
Yeah, but that's because VAR was Luton, mate. We know that. It's fact.
We know that was corruption.
I've read the tweet. I know. But anyway, I definitely would have had Chris Wood taking it, and I had absolute confidence he would score.
Wait, stop there. You, chat, who do you think should have taken that penalty? Okay, hindsight, lovely, he put it in. But I was there thinking, why is Ward-Prowse not taking it? You'd have Wood taking it out of Ward-Prowse.
A lone player? No.
I wouldn't.
A lone player got to do with
a lone player. That's not an argument. But I wouldn't have pushed JWP ahead of Wood and MG Dub. No.
You know he's like an exquisite penalty taker, yeah? It's like one of his traits.
Well, so is Chris Wood from what we saw yesterday.
Chris Wood takes him from New Zealand, mate. We had not seen Chris Wood take it before. I gotta put a poll on this.
His record is he's missed. He's scored 25 out of 27. That stands up against anybody.
Morgan Gibbs-White's not missed one, so
he scored 25 out of 27. Should I say? Yeah, he hasn't for us, no, but he did in the playoff semi-final, though.
Yeah, but that wasn't.
Yeah, he did it on purpose.
Yeah, he did that on purpose to join Forest.
He knew where he was going.
His career.
Wait, I can't actually believe that none of you are saying Ward-Prowse.
No.
Crypto, you're saying Wood.
Too much pressure. No, I'm saying Morgan Gibbs-White. I don't know. He scored. I don't really care, but I thought Morgan Gibbs-White was our penalty taker. He hasn't put.
I thought he was, but this stat's good enough for me, mate. And he was impressive. And we didn't have to put up with those pigeon steps, man. I'll take it.
Oh God, yeah.
I take it.
No, I don't get you.
Look. No. I don't think JWP is known for his penalties. He's known for his free kicks. No, he's not.
Yes, he is.
Okay, somebody do some research. Find out James Ward-Prowse's penalty record, please. Somebody.
We don't have a problem with penalties, other than we almost never get any.
Anybody remember from my quiz how many we got last season? No, you fuckers.
Shut up about that damn
I
quiz.
can't
man.
even remember that quiz.
Shut up. It's the only thing you remember. Shut
All
up.
right, chat GTP, they're piping in, man.
Yeah, exactly.
Wait, seriously, someone
he
find
scored-
Ward
He
Prowse's
scored
penalties.
15, but I don't. Oh, 20. Okay, 15 out of 20. That's worse. Than
Yeah,
Chris Wood.
that's poor, man. That's poor.
15 out of 20.
Where
Yeah,
where you getting that from?
PremierLeague.com.
Someone check Sofa score. Sofa score on there. No, I'm sorry. Ward Prowse is a penalty specialist.
No, you're wrong on this one, bro. Just
No,
admit you're
I'm
wrong.
never
on this
wrong.
one.
Yeah,
I'm
so
never
is
wrong.
FW.
Right. Okay, if you're never wrong, this is the first time you're wrong. You're wrong on this one.
No, it's 20 out of 26. That's a cracking record.
No, it's not.
No,
That's
but
worse
you,
than
no,
25
Mike,
out of 27
no.
is a
Hold on,
cracking
Ez.
record.
Hold on. For someone to have taken 26 penalties, would that mean he's a penalty specialist or not?
No, not necessarily.
He's
He
not the
played for
designated
Southampton.
penalty
No,
taker.
no. He played for Southampton. Who were penalty specialists at Southampton?
Matt Letitia.
Crypto was probably the second best penalty taker if he
Matt
had a go, man.
Letitia was a penalty specialist.
Listen, he was. He missed one penalty. Who did he miss it against?
Yeah, Big Norm.
Big Norm. Yes.
Yeah, but no, I'm sorry. You're idiots.
No,
Right.
no, we're
No,
not.
because
20
you
out of 26.
obviously
No,
haven't seen him
no.
take a penalty, have you?
No, because he's missed 6 of
How
them. So
can you
they're-
comment on it
I've
then
only
if you
watched
haven't
the
seen
6
him?
that he missed.
I've seen the 6 he missed. I haven't seen the
Yeah, I
that's
bet you
right.
have.
Yeah,
penalties
yeah,
I bet
don't
you
count. So at the end
That's
of the day,
bad,
penalties don't
mate. Yeah, that's what's that? Yeah, you're missing 1 in 5.
Hey, I don't know why we're arguing about this. The chat has
Because you brought it
spoken.
up. Because you can't
Well,
admit
no,
to being
'cause
wrong.
all three of you are idiots. I'm sorry,
No,
but
no,
you're
no,
idiots.
you're
right?
wrong.
Anyway,
Chat,
the
no.
chat.
No. Chat, okay, right. We'll put it in a poll, man.
I
think
have. If
that's
you
why-
shut up, I'll read the poll
I agree
out.
with Owen. I think that's why Wood took it. I think they want some kind of record for him.
So the chat have gone. 8% want Morgan Gibbs
why
White
the
to
end?
take it. 77% want Wood to take it, and 78% want James Ward-Prowse to take it.
Well, obviously, that doesn't work like that, does it?
7.8 maybe.
Admit you're wrong. Admit you're wrong. Just admit it.
Why would I be wrong? Because the
'Cause you
chat.
are wrong.
No one
No.
cares.
I'll
No.
call you up, bro.
Not wrong. Jessica with the £2. Shark Horror says Wood has a better record.
Just
I would
is
not
never wrong.
expect that, Jessica, from
Yeah,
Chris Wood's #1 fan.
She's
Thank
an
you so
expert.
much
Well
for
said,
the
Jessica.
£2.
He is an expert on Chris Wood.
Anyway, let's talk about the second goal now. So when I'm talking about the second goal, just for the benefit of Crypto and Rob, this is the one that Sosa scored, right? It's not the one we scored last season against
Everton one.
Brighton. It's not the chance that Chris Wood missed from 5 yards, okay? It's not the
I would try.
assist that Sosa tried to go for instead of shooting when he was offside. I'm specifically now talking about the goal. Have I made it clear? Was that the best transition goal we've scored this season? Because it had me aroused. The play was fantastic. The through ball from Morgan Gibbs White playing in the 8. We'll come on to that. Not yet, Rob. Not yet. We'll come on to that, right? But the through ball into Jota, and then suddenly you look up, and because of the high line, which Nuno prepared for, by the way, he even said it in his presser about being onside, timing it right, blah, blah, blah. And we suddenly ended up 2-0 on the keeper. How nice was that goal? Rob, you kick us off because there's so blurry right now.
You're missing out the bit just before, which was a fabulous little bit of one-touch football with Murillo and Chris Wood.
Chris Wood,
Before
correct.
the pass. It was a beautiful flowing move, and it's clearly how the tactic was set up, because Brighton do leave all that space at the back, and they probably thought, oh, don't worry, they've only got Chris Wood up front, we'll be fine. And that was the whole point of playing the two wingers. And I think the rotating of the wingers was a good thing. It clearly worked, and we nearly could have won it at the end. Sorry, I know it's not about that goal, but it was played for and got that
I
goal.
don't know. It was
It
£2
wasn't
from
good.
Jessica saying Wood had the better record. I'm joking. Thank you, Jessica. Carry on, Rob.
No, I
Sorry.
mean, just like at Liverpool, that goal was a plan executed to perfection. And I'm really pleased for both of them, because I feel like Jota and Sosa have now arrived and are in full contention for the team. One or both should start the next game. And we've been calling to see more of them. And that was my big complaint about the substitutions in the first few games. We were getting to see about 3 minutes of each. So that plan was executed to perfection.
The goal. Fucking
Yeah.
goal. Ben,
Right.
the
He
goal.
kicked it into the net and the goalkeeper didn't save it.
Yeah, but it was a good goal. Just say it was a good goal. Admit it. Admit I'm right. It's a good goal.
Yes.
You can't even do that. Can't even.
I don't know what's
swallow
wrong.
your pride to
Right,
agree.
can we have a poll? Is Wolfie acting weird tonight? Can we have a poll?
I've been
I
in
think
London, mate. I've been in London.
He's tired. He's hungover.
The air's a little weird in
Right.
London.
Shouldn't
Like
be
you
hungover.
get black bogies when you go in the underground and stuff. It's weird, man. It's weird. I'm not even
I
joking.
keep walking in on the shit end of your conversations, man.
All right. So that goal was fantastic. Yeah. Sosa and Jota crypto, I thought did change the game. Yeah. Touching on what Rob said, how do we fit them in?
Well,
Big question. Big question.
mean,
Chat, would you start them? Would you start them, chat? If you would, say who you would start in the chat. Go.
I mean, I think there's quite a simple solution to that. For me, Jota needs to come in on the right for Elanga. I'm not going to go into it again because I don't want to see Ez cry about it. But Elanga's final 10% is just not working for me. So Jota comes in on that right. Now, you could put Sosa potentially in the 10. And the reason I say that is because Morgan Gibbs-White looks better in the 8. So for me, it's a simple solution.
Well, we haven't got Gibbs White in the next game, so what do we do for the next game, mate?
Let him finish this though. I want to see where he's going with this.
Well,
Okay,
it can stay the same. Anderson can stay in the 8 and Sosa goes in the 10. It's a pretty simple solution for me.
But you put Sosa in the 10.
Yes, I would drop
Sosa's not a 10.
MW.
Sosa's not a 10.
That's what I'm saying.
He did play there in the Newcastle game. He did play there in the Newcastle game. He was a sort of 10 in that game.
So what? Cooper played a one on the left wing. That doesn't make him a left winger.
Yeah.
So what would you do? I mean, I'd be more tempted to do what Crypto says and have Elliot Anderson in the 10, but I'd bring Dominguez in alongside James Ward-Prowse, but that gives us a lack of height in that midfield. But we're up against Fulham, and I don't think that's going to be their biggest threat anyway.
Or keep him as a bench option. Our bench options are brilliant. I think it's good we have impact players off the bench.
Wait. I'm getting confused. Right, hold on. So, roughly give me your team then, Crypto, what you're saying. Like,
So
your front six.
My front six would be Wood up front, Cho on the left with Jota on the right. Yeah, so Jota for Elanga, basically.
Yeah. Okay, Morgan Gibbs-White is suspended, so fine.
Okay, Morgan Gibbs-White is suspended. I'd have Anderson in the 8, JWP in the 6, and Sosa in the 10 as Cam.
All right,
So
stop.
It basically
Stop. All right, so I can keep it in my head. As what you saying?
Well, I'm saying I'd play Elliot Anderson in the 10, bring Dominguez in the 8. So that would be my middle three would be James Ward-Prowse, Dominguez and Elliot Anderson ahead of him. Then I'd have either side. Yeah, you got to go with Chris Wood up front. I think there's goals in that Fulham game, and I would. I'd start with Jota over Elanga, and I'd
finally.
Whoa. Listen, Crypto. The only reason I call you out is because in everything you find negative. I really liked that starting lineup on the other day. But you had to dig out somebody, didn't you? You had to find somebody to dig out.
Elanga is not on
That's
form.
what I was arguing against. You could have said any player, and I would have snapped at you. So
we're not even talking about Elanga. I just want to know your front sixes. My God, Anne, please come back. Please, Anne.
Shut up. Well, then we are in trouble, aren't we? Okay, but yeah, no, I'm going with that.
I don't know. I'll be honest with you. I don't even know what you're talking about, man, because you put 3 players in the 6 and the 8.
No, I didn't.
No,
yes, you did.
You said JWP, Dominguez, and
I've got a 6 and an 8. My 6 is JWP. My 8 is Dominguez. My number 10 is Elliot Anderson. And then either side of them, I've got Cho on the left-hand side in his normal position, cutting in, and I've got Jota on the right-hand side.
But
and
who
I've
you
got Chris Wood ahead of him.
Chris Wood ahead of him.
He said Wood. All right,
stop. Chris Wood.
All right, stop. Rob.
Right. Is Gibbs-White definitely suspended for the Fulham game, not another game, yeah?
Yeah.
And it's just the one game. All right.
Just the one. Yeah,
I'll take those odds.
So I've been picking Anderson in all my teams
Oh, no, sorry, Rob. Sorry, Rob. Sebastian's just put £5 in. Thank you so much.
Oh, have
Your
you?
timing is
Is that your point? You should tell me.
Sebastian.
You should tell me, Rob. That's my cousin's restaurant, man. You should tell me, Rob.
Is it
I
really?
saw Rob at Woodthorpe
Yeah, yeah.
Tandoori. He had a korma and garlic naan
No, I
and a
didn't.
pint of Kingfisher. He looked happy. Is this true, Rob? Is this
I
breaking
had
exclusive
a
news?
Woodthorpe special. I had a Woodthorpe special, which I highly recommend. And it was Cobra. My friend was having Kingfisher.
Cobra, yeah.
But what did you have to eat?
Kingfisher's
Apart
tight,
from
isn't it?
that was correct. I highly recommend that restaurant.
Sebastian, is it
Free
true when you approached him to say hi, he told you to do one scene? I've heard he's not very nice socially.
No, I actually invited him to join me, so that's not very accurate.
Did he actually?
Sebastian,
Anyway,
I-
£5,
no,
so
Sebastian,
Sebastian.
is it true that you asked him a question about Forest and he started talking about Everton?
tumbleweed.
Sebastian.
Tumbleweed.
Yeah, no, I just want to know this. Sebastian, when you went over and said hi to him, did you suddenly see his head go like that a little bit? I just want to know. I just want to know. Anyway, thank you for interrupting, Rob. Let's get back to Rob. Go on, Rob. You're 6.
You just want a team, right? Anderson
6.
in the 10,
Yeah.
Jota on the right, Cho on the left, Wood up front, and behind Anderson, I'm sorry to say, Yates and JWP for me.
Okay.
Why are you saying
No,
sorry to say?
No,
Well,
I'm
you're
not
gonna,
got a problem with that.
Yates! Oh, we hate Yates!
I think that's
I'm
what
gonna
people
say
show will.
nothing, man.
You should apologize for that. Yates was atrocious yesterday.
No, you shouldn't.
No, he was brought on at half time because the midfield was lacking bite.
I need to interrupt Rob again. Sorry, Rob.
Yes.
Sorry, Rob. Imawari has gifted 10 memberships.
Wow.
You absolute legend. Thank you even more so for interrupting Rob. Spirit, make sure you shout. You say thank you. As with Red GT,
Everyone.
as with Exploria C25, David as well. Gloopy, Fizzy, Alex, Olis. Is that Olis or Olis? How do you say it?
Olis.
I'd say Olive.
Said something
I'll say
different. Ayan Roy
And-
as well,
Ayan Roy.
and
I love that
Jeremy.
name.
Jerome Fogo.
Thank you so much,
Jeremy.
buddy. You're
Jeremy.
way too generous. You're way too generous.
Is
His
he?
head swelled, but not the one. Sorry, carry on, Rob. You were saying about your 6, right?
Yeah, that would be the lineup. But I just want to add 2 things, if I can, about Elanga and Gibbs White.
You
So
may.
we learned some things about our players yesterday. I've been saying that Elanga's best period was when he was playing on the left last season under Cooper before he got
did.
injured and Hudson
You need
Odoi.
Apologize about that again.
You
Yeah,
were
so
wrong.
we finally got to him on the left again, and he wasn't very good. So that's the first thing we learned. Second thing is,
Hold on, Rob. You've been interrupted again
Oh, Rob.
by the wonderful
yes,
Stuart.
£20.
God.
I am a money
Oh my
machine.
God.
Every time I start on a point, we
He's
get
always
us
gonna
20
make it
quid.
about him. This isn't about you, right? This
No,
is
but
about
it is.
Stuart
How
right
we
now.
posting my shirts? Do you know how much 5 shirts cost? Like 500 quid.
Stuart, thank you so much for yet another generous donation of
Crazy
£20.
donation, Stuart.
You're an
Thank you.
absolute legend. And thank you even more so for interrupting Rob. The chat
And I
will
just
love you for it, Stuart.
Subscribe to you, Stu. You haven't got a channel, but I've just subscribed to you, bro. There he is. Legend.
Everyone go subscribe to Stuart's channel. Everyone go subscribe to him. Just
What
do
a
it.
lad.
Just do it.
Hands
Just
very
do
very
it.
nice
nice.
as well.
So
Yeah,
the
what a
second-
legend. Thank you
second
for
point-
Oh,
interrupting
wait,
him.
you've just been
Read the
interrupted
second
by
point.
DJS. Sorry, you've been interrupted by DJS. He says, let the man talk.
All right, talk away.
We
Talk
really
away.
get top quality tactical analysis here, don't we? So the second point I was going to make is I've been calling for Gibbs White to play in the 8,
Yes.
and I'm going to not call for that anymore because
Sorry, Rob,
yesterday-
you've been interrupted by Sharky.
Oh,
I'm telling you, I'm
Sharky.
making this money. I am making this
Sharky.
money.
Yeah.
Thank
I
you.
mean-
Sharky, thank you for
Thank
the
you,
£2.
Andrew.
I'm upset. I used to be the sugar daddy, he says to Stuart. Well, Sharky, you blew it all over in Spain, didn't you?
You're not wrong, Laurie.
You blew it all in Spain. Thank you so much, bro. Go on, take 4, Rob. Go on, what you say?
So, I've been wanting to see Gibbs White play in the 8, and even though he was involved in both of the goals, he did 2 stupid tackles from behind. And I'm sure we're going to come on to this. We've got to discuss the second yellow card at some point. But if he
will.
can't stop doing that, then he shouldn't play deeper. He should be. He should. Neither of those fouls that he did was stopping a goal-saving chance. And this was our frustration with Yates in the first half of last season. He would hack people down from behind and give away stupid set pieces that we would let in. And I think that Gibbs White, I'm afraid to say, it was the same referee that sent off Bolly for 2 yellow cards. It was exactly the same scenario where you can't consult VAR over a yellow card. So you couldn't see whether he got the ball or not because VAR don't get consulted for a yellow card. But Gibbs White showed a lack of judgment launching in for that second tackle, whether he won the ball or not. If you're on a yellow, you don't do that. So I'm afraid to say, if he's going to hack people down from behind like that, I don't want to see him playing deeper as an 8. I would rather have him as a 10.
Yeah. Can I just ask you a question on that? Because you've said you don't want him to play as an 8, and then you've said you want Yates to play there, who does exactly what you've just described.
No, he has not been doing that.
Since people down every match.
Since Yates had that complete weird moment against Tottenham, he's settled down in the meantime, and he's been very careful with his tackling.
What weird moment at Tottenham?
He's awful.
Well, remember he said against Tottenham, he looked like a man that was. After he got the phantom punch from Maddison, he went slightly loopy in that game, didn't he? He had a sort of crazed look in his eye. But anyway, since then, Yates has been a very clean tackler. Well, not exactly clean. He's clever.
Rob, I don't know what you've been smoking. I want to call you out as well on you two suddenly have got Wood back in your lineup. I thought Awani was the be all and end all last week. So why is Wood back in?
Oh my God! Don't jump topics, man.
Honestly, No. You can't keep jumping from one thing to another, man.
Hang on, Rob's just jumped to Morgan Gibbs White tackle from naming his front 6.
Because we're going on to Morgan Gibbs White. It's fine. I let it slide. How has no one interrupted Rob is my question. Right. Anyway, on this Morgan Gibbs White one, I think you're wrong, Rob. I think you were right before. He looked better for me in the 8 yesterday. He had Chow in front of him. He had Sosa in front of him. He had Jota in front of him. He had options. He had options to play with.
His tackling is a concern. He's our Paul Scholes, isn't he? He's our Paul Scholes, who couldn't fucking land a tackle either. So that is a concern if you regularly play him in the number 8. But on the odd occasion, yes, I would like to see it. But that's a great point that I didn't really take on board prior to yesterday, because he's going to be tackling more if he's playing in the number 8. Simple as that. And if his decision making is as poor as it was yesterday, then we can see a few more suspensions coming as well. And that may be why he's not been played regularly before. It might be why.
You got an agenda, as I thought he had a good game yesterday.
I've got an opinion. I don't know about agenda. I've got an opinion.
I'd say agenda. All right. Let's do the yellow card / red card. Was it a double yellow or a second yellow, shall we say, or not? Go on, Ez. You'll start with you because clearly you got an agenda, so I'm pretty sure I know what you're going to say.
Clearly I have. But I mean, the surprising thing was the referee initially said he's got the ball, and it was fourth official who's made the decision and asked him to reevaluate that decision. But on first instance, I thought he's got away with it. But when I saw the referee say he's got the ball, I was like, okay, he's got away with it. But if you look at the replay, it was rash. And it was from behind or to the side.
Agenda.
He shouldn't be making that channel. Well, maybe an agenda. But where was he going? He wasn't going anywhere.
Wait, so you're saying he should have been booked?
That's a booking. That was a booking. It was a ridiculous challenge for him to make when he's already on a yellow card.
Chat, YRN, has Ez got an agenda against Morgan Gibbs White? Let us know in the chat.
Oh, have you got an opinion?
Agenda. Rob, what are you saying?
AOO.
It's possible for both things to be true.
Shut up,
Such a politician.
Right, what's the question? Write it down, and assuming it's got a yes or no answer.
A second yellow card.
Right. It should not have been, because the referee clearly changed his mind under pressure from the sidelines. Right. So for that reason alone, it should not have been a yellow card when he's originally made one decision, and he's clearly come under pressure via the fourth official and changed his mind. And that's what sticks in the throat about it. But that doesn't mean that Gibbs White should have made that tackle. So it's possible for both things to be true. Thank you for letting me finish the sentence.
Well, no one put a super chat in, unfortunately.
Yeah,
so I
that's
had
the only
no
reason,
reason
bro.
to interrupt you.
The
Wait,
only reason
so
to let you speak.
what did you say?
What was your
What was
answer,
the
Rob?
question?
Was it a second yellow card?
It
Second yellow
clearly
card or
was
not?
because he gave him one, but he shouldn't have done when his original decision was that it was a clean tackle and he won the ball.
Oh, Stuart's paying another donation verbally. verbally. See, if I hear you right, you're saying yes and no.
Right. He should not have given a yellow card and he should not have sent him off because his original instinctive decision was he's won the ball. But he's come under pressure from the sidelines and he's given it. That is wrong. But also, Gibbs Wright was wrong to make that tackle when he's already on a yellow card.
Rob,
Right?
you just called it. You just called
It
him
doesn't have to
right.
be one or the other. It doesn't have to be one or the other, right?
Chat, does anyone know what his answer is?
It's a nuanced, complex situation. It's not binary. It's not yes or no.
Well, how the hell has the chat been able to answer it, man? I put a vote out there and they've just voted yes or no. Okay, some put
Because you
fence.
gave them a yes or no answer.
No, I also gave them fence option. Some took the fence option. That's probably you voting in there. Yeah. All right. Okay. I don't. Dean, how can you say Rob's correct? He's if he's correct, he's incorrect as well because he said yes or no
everything.
to
He's
one
given
vote.
every answer.
Oh, God. Okay. Let me try crypto. Wait, the chat are understanding you. Am I being stupid here? I must be jet lagged.
Read the room. Read the room. Thank you,
I must be
chat.
jet lagged.
Thank you, chat. Solidarity
I think
with the
Rob is
chat.
correct. What am I missing?
So I mean, for me, I've got to agree with Rob. I think I think when he's saying he got the ball, then he can't give him the yellow, but he has, so it's wrong. So that's it.
I'm so confused. I'm so confused. I want to go back to Ez's agenda. It was easier to unpick now. It's easy. Rob is the only one with any brains tonight, says Freddie.
No,
Is that your way of saying Miss Ant, or are you complimenting him, Rob? I'm not sure. I'm so confused right now.
Man. We're in trouble.
They're all saying, well done, Rob. What's this, man? Rob's suddenly been unshackled now. Ant's not here, and the chat like I found a new savior. Wolfie, tell Rob he's right. Never, man. Anyway,
how it works.
You need more popcorn. Jay says I need to take back my Patreon memberships, buy more popcorn. Jay, not yet. And chat, if you want to get more exclusive content, _Patreon in the chat. Sign up. There's extra videos there, and a new one coming out tomorrow. Thank you to everyone who's supporting us. Who's supporting us on there. Thank you so much. You know what? David's my favorite person now. Wolfie, you're not missing anything, mate. Thank you, David. I mean, I just maybe I'm just a simple person. Okay, so everyone's agreeing with Rob.
Maybe about that.
And I know you're going through tough stuff right now, yeah. But if you can jump on right now, just 5 minutes to help me, mate, I'd love you. I'd love you. Anyway, okay. All right, so we covered that. What was next?
Crypto's done it all, hasn't it?
Come on, Crypto.
We've got 3 points.
I'll tell you what's next. We've got 677 people watching and only 215 likes.
Oh, that's not good. That's not good.
If you think Rob has hit that like button.
Hate watching.
Next is, I mean, we've gone so far around. We're pretty much at the start again.
Thanks to
you. Whose fault is that?
Fulham. Changes for Fulham.
Oh wait, no, we didn't. No, wait, we didn't do the subs thing. Did the subs impact?
Well, Rob did the subs thing.
Yeah, but we ignored what he said. I don't know, Matt. I don't know if they. I need to just move on, Matt, because honestly, I just don't know what they're saying. I don't know what they're saying. Right? Let's talk about the subs thing.
That is a possibility, Graham. Yeah.
I don't think that those halftime subs made an impact. I'm just putting it out there. You're shaking your head, Rob. Why?
Right, I think they did.
Wait, before you start, sorry, Stuart, since you're
Beautiful, perfect timing, Stu.
This is
you are a legend.
Thank you, Stuart. Thank you.
Stuart must be a diamond in bed, mate, because his timing is impeccable. Thank you so much, Stuart, for the £10 of shutting Rob up. Thank you so much, Stuart. So, Rob, thanks for you say that. Did those subs make an impact at all at halftime?
Are we asking Rob or me?
Well, no, Rob had his say, and then Stuart interrupted him. So all right, go on then, Rob.
So, we won the second half, so they must have made an impact. And each one is a little bit weird to understand because was Moreno injured? Is that why he came off and not Aina? Presumably Ward-Prowse came off and Yates came on because the midfield didn't quite have enough bite. I didn't really like as much what I saw from Ward-Prowse this game compared to Liverpool when he was excellent.
Agenda.
What I like about it, and we broke this down. I think that, and I may be wrong here, but the only time that Nuno has done a halftime sub since he joined the club was in the first game against Bournemouth, where he brought Hudson-Odoi on at halftime. It's very, very far. You have to go back to find him doing halftime subs, and we put the focus on this about a week and a half ago, and
you say I know you want to say I know you want to say I, not we.
I put the focus on it, but he's
there
acting.
We go.
Yeah,
Rob comes out.
No, he's acting rather than reacting, and we should also comment on the fact that he brought Sosa on a lot earlier than he normally brings on his middle.
You've been interrupted. Sorry, Rob, just 1 second.
He was.
Stuart says, give me a cue for when Rob speaks so I can donate.
I'll hold up the time.
The cue is his lips moving and the crypto interrupting, so there's a cue, bro.
So, no, he was active rather than reactive, and he said, and we won the second half.
Read that.
Yes, the spreadsheet did work.
Sebastian, just because he invited you to sit down and have dinner with him doesn't mean you have to agree with him, right?
I mean, I've heard the subs criticised on other channels, not going to mention them by name, but I applaud him for being proactive and making those changes, because then Brighton have to then look at, like, who's he brought on? What shape are they in? I can't remember the German guy that got the manager, Frenzenhauer or something. Their manager, the Brighton manager.
Relevant.
Yeah. He's given a specific halftime team talk, and he's come out, and there's 3 different players. Yeah. So it undermines everything that he's done.
I'm on fucking donate.
So no, we took the initiative. I'm happy with the subs. I hope he does it again.
My point is, the first 3 didn't impact. I'm not saying it in a bad way. I'm saying they just didn't change the game. It's when he brought Sosa on. So he went again. I'm almost giving it as a double compliment here. You know what I'm saying?
Well, I think you're missing out on exactly what the point Rob's trying to make.
I don't know the point he's making. If I'm being honest.
Well, I'll try and elaborate. I'll try and decipher the point he was making.
Layman terms it for me, man.
Okay. Nuno making those changes at halftime meant they weren't prepared, and they didn't react until 10-15 minutes into that second half. After that, Nuno made the subs to bring around that time Nuno brought Sosa on. Yes, Sosa made that impact, but the second half changes led to that. You could have made
shut up. You girls,
you girls. I'll shut up for Jess anytime, mate.
Thank you, Jess, for the £2. Not mentioning names. Do we need a change up front? Oh, she's turning. Ez has got his agenda on her. Ez has got his agenda. Sorry, carry on. Thank you, Jess, for the £2.
It's all about pillow talk, mate. But no, I was going to say, like, he's right, because for the time I've seen a manager have to react to our subs, and I think that was the right thing to do. I think they must have made a change because they had to react to it. So you saying that it didn't impact the game, it did. It impacted the shape and it impacted how they set about. Yes, it did, because they knew that we were.
What was the worst period in that match? Between what minute and what minute?
What, in terms of our possession or play?
In terms of our play, in terms of when we looked lost, between the 40th minute and the 60th minute, I would say. Would you agree with that?
Yeah, 100%. Yeah.
Yeah, but they looked lost as well, mate. They weren't hitting any form of that. They made the subs after that to try and
don't straw man my argument, man.
No, it was so disjointed after that second half. So you're just saying you're pitting it on just Forest play, but they were just as bad after.
No, they weren't. No, they weren't.
Yes, they were, bro.
No, they weren't. Between 40th and 60th, they controlled the game. The game. My point is, those initial subs didn't change the flow of the game. Does anyone agree with me?
That's why he had to make more subs.
Yes, That's my
You're saying it
point.
didn't
I'm
make
not
an
saying it's a
immediate
negative.
impact. No, but you're saying it didn't make an immediate impact, but I think it did because it changed.
Yeah.
They eventually, so they didn't change straight away, but they eventually had to change because of the way we were set up. Our players were playing it differently, but it was proactive. That's my main point. It was the first time Nuno's done it, and it didn't cost us a game. We won that second half, Rob said, and you can't ask for more than that. You can't ask for more than that from those subs. So I would say do it again.
Yeah,
I would say do it again. You know, if he needs to, do it again. Obviously, we went into that second half trailing. If we're in that similar situation again, we'll see what Nuno does. If he's proactive again.
Well, Eddie's still there.
I'm going to get shocked again. Go on, Jess. Go on, Jess.
Wait. Before you do, let me just beef up with Eddie here, right? Not only has he got a Sangare agenda, he can't even spell his name right, Eddie.
Yeah.
Come on, Eddie. If you got an agenda, at least spell it right, bro. Hope you're well. And Jessica with the £5 says, sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt you. Just didn't type quick enough.
I think Eddie means sangria, like the drink. He's in Spain.
And then Greg, my man Greg.
Well, as usual, I left at half time, so I don't even know what happened in the second half. So,
what are you talking about? He says, what game were you watching? Greg.
It's all right. Put it in the super chat. Flag me off in the super chat. It's fine.
Yeah, fine. Crypto, do you get my point? I'm not saying it as a negative. I'm saying it's a good thing. Not only did he change it once, he saw it still wasn't working, he changed it again. But I don't think those three changed the flow of that game.
No, I mean, they had no positive impact on the game whatsoever until the substitutes came on later, and that's when we started to play well. It was clear to see. I don't know what you two are on about. It was clear to see. And also, I don't think the personnel change was right. Why are we not seeing De Silva? Why is Williams this, like, God-given talent to Forest? I don't think he is. De Silva should have come on.
Is that what you said to him when you spoke to him in the petrol station?
Yeah. No, that was CHO. Or was it Elanga? I can't remember.
It was Williams.
Yeah, that time. Yeah, I'm talking about a different time. Why is I'm not going to go in on Yates, but why is Yates coming on ahead of Dominguez, one of our best midfielders? I don't like these subs that he's making. And those first ones,
agenda.
It didn't change the game. I don't know what game you lot were watching.
But listen, they're not game-changing players. You're bringing on Nico Williams and Ryan Yates.
Bringing them on if they're not game-changing.
Because you're trying to settle the game. Like, obviously, he for some reason Moreno needed to come off. It must have been an injury because he was playing fantastically well as always. But the James Ward-Prowse one, I don't know which one of you said it, but yeah, he just didn't have the impact that he did against Liverpool. So I can kind of understand that. But they're not going to be game-changing subs. The only game-changing sub out of those three at half time was Jota Silva, but he didn't get enough ball in that period. But so to expect them to be game changers, you've barking up the wrong tree.
It's not game-changing.
Because that's not necessary. You can stabilize in the game as well. You might have to make a sub change because of an injury. Does that player coming on have to be a game changer? No, he just has to replace a player who's got injured. So every sub has to be game-changing subs. The game-changing subs came later on when the game was to be won, and we got out of that. You know, yeah, I don't understand what you're trying to say from that, because you're not saying it's a bad thing, and you're not saying it's a good thing either. You're saying it made no impact, but they weren't supposed to be impact subs.
He realised that it didn't change the game, so he had to make more.
But they weren't supposed to be impact subs. That's my point. Do you know? Are you not hearing me?
Yes, they were.
How is Ryan Yates an impact sub? How is Nico Williams an impact sub? No,
they're like for like changes. You just said what I'm trying to say.
They're like for like changes. So what are you expecting from them?
All right, it's Jota an impact sub.
Well, if he'd got that possession in that second half, because he's trying to do the job that Elanga didn't do in the first half, but Elanga didn't get any ball either, so it only changed.
Was Jota an impact? Was Jota an impact sub?
He didn't make an impact until we changed our shape around him and got him more involved in the game.
I'm a fan.
Oh, you talking shit?
Rob, what are you saying to all this? Rob, what are you saying to all
I've
this?
already said what I think. I think that it was good to see Nuno making the changes, and then Hinshelwood, that's his name, having to react to it, rather than waiting until 70 minutes before we change anything. And I think that Yates kind of shored up the midfield a little bit, because I felt like Ward-Prowse wasn't putting in the tackles that Yates can do. Yates is playing well at the moment. Yates has played in every game.
That was one of Yates's worst games. Yates's progressive football is backwards to the goalkeeper. If Yates was a striker, he would pass the ball back to the goalkeeper. Every single pass, if he manages to complete it, if he manages to even complete the pass, it goes back to the defenders.
You don't like a lot of our players.
Honestly,
you know what? On this one, I'm going to kind of agree. I'm going to just jump in for a second. Just kind of agree with. I did see some of Yates's bad habits with his passing yesterday. There was one opportunity where he could have played a 1-2 with. 1-2 with MG Dub, and he just knocked it back to Murillo instead of picking it forward. So he went back into his tried and trusted, I'm the number 6. I'm just going to pass it back. I'm just going to keep the ball moving, but not in a positive way. Yeah, he needs to trust himself a lot more. I think he plays up to. I can't remember who said it last week, but he said he plays up to what people expect of him, but he can achieve more. He needs to trust himself a bit more.
I agree with that. He's been much better in the previous game.
I do agree. He's probably had his best season in the Premier League so far. I know we're early into it, but for me, it's not even about the passes. He hasn't got forward vision. I've made my peace with that. Yeah. He needs to stop trying to con the ref into thinking he's been fouled, man, because the refs are reading him left, right, and centre. He did it again yesterday. It's just
one on the touchline, one on
that touchline one, yeah. It's just doing my head in. Yeah, exactly what Matt just said there. All right, let's just quickly look forward to the Fulham game. Rob, what are you saying in this now? What are your expectations? Because we're undefeated, we're flying high, we're ahead of Man U and Spurs. Yeah, mind the gap, bitches. But we haven't won at home, have we, this season? Technically speaking, we haven't won at home.
So it's a dangerous one, isn't it? Because we never used to beat them when we were in the Championship. We did, but then the Fulham game.
Yeah, we did. Yeah, you remember Cooper's assist from the throw-in. Cooper's assist from the throw-in, mate.
Just to silence Richard Stewartson. Right. Carry on.
Stuart needs to put in. I'm about to make a point. Come on, Stuart. It's too slow. So it was our best performance of last season, that first half against Fulham. But key player missing, Gibbs White. So we're going to have to switch it up a little bit. But, I mean, you'd like to think that this would be the first home win. But Fulham are very dangerous at the moment. Smith Rowe looks like a good signing for them. They've just beaten Newcastle. So, it's a banana skin. It's a game that we used to lose. Every time we played them at home, we used to lose to them. Championship, first season back in the Premier. But then we put that behind us by battering them in the first half. I hope that we set up positively, and I hope that we win 2-1 or something like that. So we should be going for the win. But, in the context of what we've already achieved, a draw is not a disaster.
Wait, do you think a draw's no, we need a win?
I'm not agreeing
home
with
to
you on
Fulham
that,
is a fixture that we have lost rather too often for my liking. I mean, the first season, wasn't that just...
I'm sorry, Rob. Carol's done 17 months. Apologies. I didn't mean to interrupt you. Thank you, Carol, for the 17 months and your timing.
You're looking for any excuse.
No, I'm sorry. I just think for me, Rob, on this point, right, if we can beat Fulham... I said before the match yesterday, if we can get 4 points from the next 2 games, then Forest need to be taken seriously this season. This game is huge in terms of that aspect. It may not define the rest of our season. I'm not saying that yet. But in terms of the mentality of where we are, getting the first dub at home this season and all that, this for me feels pivotal that if we can win this one, especially after Fulham have just stopped Newcastle's unbeaten streak, that's my point there. What do you say to that?
Well, you've just done
wait. Hold on. You've interrupted yourself. You've interrupted yourself with a 199. Win, please, says Arctic Fox, aka Rob. Thank you so much. Sorry, Rob. Carry on. Thank you, Arctic Fox, aka Rob.
Quite happy with
hold on. Jolly Ollie with the 17 months. Stop pressing it, Ben. Thank you so much for the 17 months. Appreciate your time in Jolly Ollie.
My own super chat so I can get a go. So I would be happy with 4 points from the 2 games. And given form, I would say we're far more likely to beat Palace. Palace without Elise. Palace are struggling now.
Why are we talking
Palace
about
are struggling.
Palace?
Because
Well,
he's
out the
looking
next
forward
two
to the
home
next
games.
game he's going to.
Ah.
Out of
Wait,
the
hold on. Stop again, Rob. Sorry. The lovely Laurie. Actually, no, Ez, you better read this. Oh,
No, I'm not reading it. You read
you
it, bro.
beefed up. You've chucked it to the
Bro,
curb.
did you break up?
Thank
Go
you
on
for
then,
the
Laurie.
14 months, Laurie. How can you not read that out from the lovely
All right,
Laurie?
I've got to keep her on the leash, bro.
Okay,
All right.
all right. Thank you, Laurie. Appreciate it.
I'm joking,
Sorry.
Laurie. You're gonna kill me now. I'm joking.
God,
I'm so
I
kidding,
don't know who was talking. Who was talking?
It was Rob, I think.
Go on, Rob.
I would be happy with 4 points from the next two home games. And I don't really care which way round it is, but I would say of the two, we'd be more likely to beat Palace because they are struggling at the moment. Without Elise,
Wait, is that our next game after that?
all right, we've got Fulham home, and then the next home game is Palace. I'm saying out of,
Who we got in between? The Chelsea.
Yeah, it's Chelsea
away,
away.
isn't it?
Hang on,
Yeah.
Rob. 1 second. You've been interrupted again. £2
I'm
from
finished.
Jessica.
Too late.
Do
Too
you
slow,
think we
Jeff.
can do it without
You're
MG
too
Dub?
slow.
Please, bro.
Do you think we can do it without Morgan Gibbs White? Well, let's finish this with this one. Thank you so much for the £2. Crypto. Morgan Gibbs White will have to miss a game now. In a weird way, is this an interesting conundrum to see how the team plays without Morgan Gibbs White?
Yes. I mean, I'd almost say finally. I thought he was brilliant yesterday, but finally we get to see somebody else given the chance because Morgan Gibbs White is effectively undroppable in that 10 position. And finally we'll get to see who can step up and take that reign. So unfortunately for him, he's not going to be able to play, but I think somebody will step up to the mark and actually challenge that position because he has no challenge to that position. And we spoke about this before. The games where he's bad, he gets away with it because there's nobody to challenge that position. So finally, we'll get to see someone come in, prove it. Well, that's providing Nuno chooses the same formation. And then we'll get to see what, like Red 5 says, a chance for somebody else to step up and show what they're made of. Someone like Anderson or whoever it may be, Jota in that 10.
All right, shut up. Jessica, the £2. Wait, are we not going to talk about Wood? What do you want to say about
I'll say one thing on Wood. That I know it was offside, but that miss yesterday was absolutely atrocious. One of the worst misses I've ever seen. He had no idea it was offside.
You ain't seen Steve Stone's one against Reading, then, mate.
Collymore one from under the bar, mate. Collymore missed one from 2 yards out.
Stones was worse, man. Stones was
No,
worse against Reading.
he was 2 yards out, bro. He skied it over bar. He was 2 yards out.
Stones, man. He was literally under
Stones
the
was
bar.
4 yards out, man. He was twice as far out.
Someone get the tape measure out.
Okay, but
thank you, Jessica. Thank you for the £2.
Sorry.
What?
Nothing. Carry on.
Oh, what just happened in the chat?
I don't know. What?
I don't know. Oh, okay.
Well, can I come in quickly on the Gibbs White question? The interesting thing is whether whoever, someone's going to fill in for him next game, whether it's Anderson if he's fit, should be, because it looked like he just had a dead leg, but nothing serious, right? But does Gibbs White automatically get back in for the game after that, assuming he's fit?
You think so?
Well, it depends on how the backup player plays, doesn't it?
I think he's number one on the team sheet.
Yeah, the backup player is going to give us an option, and that's what I want to see. I know Nuno's got to obviously try out other players in that position. If he decides to stick with the same formation, he might go 4-3-3. We don't know. You know, he might decide that he wants to change formation without and try out a different formation without when he's not got MG Dub in the team. Because we have been so over-reliant on him, and we've played a number 10. Not many teams play number 10. It's a point that Ant makes. There's not many teams in the Premier League that actually play a 10 position. So we've got quite a unique position there. But I still don't think it's our best formation. A 4-3-3 is probably the formation I'd go with if we didn't have an MG Dub. So it's a chance.
Well, yeah, but I think the point Rob's making, I kind of get what you're saying. You're saying if whoever comes in, let's just say it's Jota or something for argument's sake, and he has a 10 out of 10 performance, are you saying then, is that your question? Does he keep the shirt?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
I think
but I'm saying he doesn't, and I agree with Crypto, he doesn't.
Because I think Jota would then get moved to a different position, such as the right wing.
Interesting.
I think the
Okay,
thing
just
is,
a quick.
I was just going
Go
to
on.
say quickly, the person who takes the number 10 next week is probably someone who would already be on the pitch anyway.
Okay. Just quick shout out to George. He got the Insta prize of the Aina shirt,
Oh,
you
well done.
lucky bastard. I hate you,
Well
George.
done.
And it's arrived today.
You're so envious,
Uh,
bro.
There's a new football prizes out right now. It's a double signed frame shirt. These are unique. It's a Hudson-Odoi and a Elanga one. And you insta win. There's another Einar shirt. Einar. I can't. I'm so
Einar.
confused on his name now, man. It's
Not
just
that hard,
like
bro.
no, but it's like he's my boy, man. I can't
Yeah,
mispronounce
don't get his
his
name
name.
wrong, you know. It's Einar.
Yeah, I know it's a bit harsh, but right now here's the new prize from Football Prizes. You can win this. It's beautiful.
Wow.
Hudson-Odoi and Elanga double signed frame shirt, discounted price until I think 7 a.m. tomorrow. So if you want the tickets at the cheaper rate, now's the time to get them. Insta win on Aina if you hit ticket $2.99. Insta win on Moreno if you get $1.99. So grab your tickets in now. The link's pinned in the chat there for you guys. But you got till 7 and the price goes back to, I think it's $3.95. Jessica, she says, thank you for, I say thank you for the £5. She doesn't say thank you for the £5. Great stream, gents. I gotta go. Got with wait, great stream.
She's right.
Gents.
She's
I gotta
right,
go
You're
with
right.
a 5. P.S. Ez is a 10 tonight.
Right.
He's even shaved
Thank
his
you.
chest for you, Jessica. He's even shaved the chest. Thank you so much.
Have a
great night.
stream.
All right, we're way over time, man. We were meant to do an hour. Let's wrap it up there. Don't forget, there'll be a new video as normal on the YouTube channel tomorrow. There will be the exclusive content out on the Patreon channel as well tomorrow. So if you want to sign up to that, !Patreon in the chat. We will see you guys tomorrow. Thank you so much to everyone who's donated tonight. Thank you to everyone who's been chilling in the chat as well. You guys make it so enjoyable to just do these streams because we have a real good laugh, and I love that you guys take it all in the right way. So please hit that like button if you haven't already. Subscribe if you are new. We will see you guys tomorrow on the channel. Come on, you Reds.
You Reds.